stops you and you got another black person in the car, they're gonna have both of you step out, they're gonna search both of you, and they're gonna have you sit on the side of the curb, and then they're gonna bug you until you agree to have your car searched, including guilt trips, and then they'll search your car, and they'll spend probably 20-30 minutes searching the car because they know that they're gonna find something. And I think that's wrong, and I think that's something that you guys need to look into, and I think that's something that the higher levels of PPB need to deal with, is how they're gonna deal with people on an equal basis. Because just because I'm white doesn't mean I should get different treatment than you. Just because I'm white doesn't mean that a Hispanic person should get any different treatment than me. So I want to bring that up.
We're going to take one more question from the brother on the right over there.
Hi, my name is Quentin, and just being here tonight, I was reading something earlier today, and it was talking about how the city of Memphis, Tennessee, is trying to charge officers with felonies if they have their body cameras off, and and that's what really politics is about. It's about, it's not about emotions and feelings. And I feel like a lot of the presentation that I've heard today, it's like where our hopes and the betterment of the Portland police is hinging on them changing their hearts and minds. Like the lieutenant who was exchanging text messages with Joey Gibson. Like, how do you change somebody like that? That stuff is so ingrained in them. And I just don't need something that's going to appeal to their moral senses. It may not be about changing hearts and minds, and I don't see, maybe you can point it out to me, I don't see where there's any concrete policy that is going to hold the police more accountable in what you've presented tonight. So I just didn't see that, and that's something that's a problem for me, because a lot of these people, they've been raised a certain way, they've been trained a certain way to think a certain way. So, and then bias training, that could be very surface. I went to a bias training before, and all they did was, it was like real brief, and it was very surface. So that's my criticism, is that there's no concrete policy that is going to hold the police more accountable. It just seems like we're appealing to how, emotions, and that's not what politics is about. It's about implementing policies and being for the people. So that's just, I don't know if you can point that out to me where something is going to change institutionally, but that's my comment.
I appreciate that.
Thank you all for the public comment. I don't know if you guys wanted to respond to that at all, or?
Something that is in the plan, if we look at something we know, if you're thinking about holding folks accountable, is supporting leadership and having the skills to be able to do so, and having a system surrounding it, and that is something that's in the plan. If you think about accountability, right?
And I think part of what will become the role of the Office of Equity and Human Rights is that we have to have an infrastructure that helps bureaus in their plans. We have to sort of be an accountability body, and that doesn't exist, and a lot of that has to do with capacity. And so folks create the plans, right, and we're helping to support that, but then there's not a sort of checks and balances about how that's actually sort of playing out, and we don't have a system to track that. And that's important, right? And that's part of what I'm hoping that, even though our team is small but mighty, we can figure out how to do. And I hope with my leadership that we can do that. Yeah.
Perfect, thank you. I see the question over there, but we do have to stay on schedule, so we're going to take a 10-minute break. If you'd like to speak to either of these during the break, that'd be great. We'll reconvene at 7 o'clock and have our presentation on the body-worn cameras. Thank you.